happening right now. Um, Lots and lots and lots of stuff to go over. So hopefully your seat backs are upright and tray tables are put correctly in front of you, because we're about to take off on this sucker. Everybody ready? Put a 1 in the box if you're ready. I see a bunch of people. I don't know. Actually, I think we're at like about half of who registered. I know we had a couple of snafus there with the time. Actually, the webinar was always set for this specific time. I think Chris might have just misposted the time in the comment part of the webinar post there. No big deal. You guys are all here. Awesome. And for those that didn't make it or can't make it for scheduling or whatnot, can be catching this on the replay. So the good news is that there's a lot of stuff for us to catch up on, and then we're going to do some Q&A at the end. I know you guys are going to love that. And I'm just going to kind of tell you where we're at since Barcelona, run you through what's coming down the pipe, and then just do questions and answers for now for this. I mean, this is our initial deal, so we just got like a lot of housekeeping and stuff, and then questions and answers. So yeah, obviously as the other sessions come on, actually the next one's already scheduled for the same time as right now, just a different date on the 28th. So if you want to go ahead and mark that down, you can. It should be sending out a notification. I'll make sure that GoToWebinar sends you guys a notification. If you have already registered and you are listening to this voice, not on a recording, then you are already registered for the 28th. All you got to do is just check your email inbox, and reminders will be sent in the Facebook group as well, just to make sure that you are present and accounted for. So like I said, as the sessions go on, we won't be doing so much housekeeping. We'll be working on different case studies, probably have some guest speakers on, things like that, and get you guys really fine-tuned on your campaigns. So hopefully that's exciting for you. I know I'm excited about it. Everybody's ready to go. Good, lots of ones. All right, so let's jump into it. So again, like I said, we're going to do a little bit of housekeeping, but before we do that, I just want to make sure everybody's very clear of this process that we're going through here in AdWords. Like, actually, tell you what, put a 1 in the chat box if you've had a chance to go over the training, even if it's not complete, even if you haven't finished it. Just put a 2 if you haven't done any of it or even started it, just so I kind of know who I'm talking to here, or so I can talk to both of you, if you will. 1.5, good. All just started. Okay, so some of you have just started. So here's what I'll say. I'm just going to recap the process here, because it's actually, to me, it's pretty important. So you've got the startup process. Let me move the questions over here. You've got the startup process to do with the affiliate networks if you're going the affiliate route. For people that go after local clients, I do advise that they do start with the affiliate offers, because I'll tell you right now, if you can make money in the affiliate game, then you're going to make money in the local client space, especially if the affiliate offer is local client based, like or home services based, like pest control, as my case study, right? So, or one of my case studies. So tools and resources, that's all the fun stuff, the keyword tools and all the free tools that you have available. CallZoo, obviously. So there's a bunch of tools and resources for you to go get or to locate, bookmark, etc. And then once we do that, we can actually start the process. The process starts with offer selection. Again, if you got a local client, or if you got a vertical you're going after local clients and you've already selected that. And we go into keyword discovery. From keyword discovery, once we have those, we start building our website, right? We make sure the website's good to go. We get our ad copy going. And once we have our ad copy up, we run ads, and then we optimize for a lower cost per lead. So we start building out some keyword pages for the winners, right? See, up here in building website, by the way, a lot of people get a little bit confused. You don't want to build, with a keyword list of 5,000 keywords, you don't want to build 5,000 pages just yet. You want to come down here and run the ads all those 5,000 keywords. You want to run one page, and it's somewhat generic. Once you find the conversions, that's when you optimize and you say, okay, these 20 keywords are the ones that produce the money. Let me go make 20 pages as opposed to 5,000, right? So it'll save you a lot of time and trouble there. So once we've optimized, we've got our cost per lead in position where it'll get lower over time, out of the gate and over time. We're going to scale for more conversions. We're going to find new markets, new keyword ideas and whatnot, right? And of course, advanced tools and techniques, and then case studies. But the process is very simple. It's just wash, rinse, repeat. The offer selection, keyword discovery, building the website, AdWords, and then optimizing and scaling. All right. Any questions about this process before we move on? Just want to make sure like everybody's good to go on this. If you're not, if you have questions, I can field some of those now. And I'm not seeing anything come in the chat. Oh, somebody's watching the Barcelona vids. Awesome. Good deal. Callsoo support helps with lots of stuff. Yes, they do. Right now, for the AdWords side, that's pretty much me. I am in the middle of building out support training, which I will go over a little bit later on. It's actually pretty cool stuff. You guys are going to get some cool stuff there. So I got a couple things coming in. To get started, do we simply watch Williams' training videos in order to implement what is taught in order, or should we watch the Barcelona vids and implement from them, or do both? Barcelona vids are, so in the Barcelona vids, we covered as much as we could get to of the original training videos. If I were you and you have access to both, I would start with the original training videos, okay? And then go back to the Barcelona stuff. If, for pure entertainment value at that point, because the step-by-step videos are going to be more than enough. So if you do want to do both, I crack a lot of jokes in there. Some people got some people didn't. I made sure to weed out the jokes that are bad for next time and, move on, right? That's called split testing. Anyway, yeah, I would say start with the original training videos and work your way to Barcelona. Not that Barcelona vids are bad. It's just with the original videos, you get a more over-the-shoulder feel, whereas the Barcelona vids, you get to stare at my ugly mug, Not that I mind. It's just, I just want to make sure you get the most out of what you're doing there, right? All right, so a couple other things. On keywords, are we looking to do broad and broad modified? Yes, so keyword discovery to start with, broad and broad match modified. Anything that's four words in your keyword or more is long tail, and so you're going to use broad match. Anything that's 3 words in your keyword or less, you're going to use broad match modified. If you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, it's okay. I cover it in the training for types of keywords, okay? Once we get down into optimization and scaling, that's when we go phrase match and exact match for keywords, because we know they're converting, right? And we want to drive more conversions and drive them cheaply. Or cheaper, I should say. Good question. Should we go through the Barcelona vids and go to the training? I already answered that one. Should I join up with Namecheap before I get accepted for an affiliate program? Namecheap is a registrar, and they also have hosting. So when you say join up with Namecheap, I'm assuming you mean domain name and hosting. Yeah, I would go and get signed up for the affiliate programs first and then build the website out. Do it in order if I were you, right? Get the affiliate platforms going first. That way you're not buying domains for offers you're not getting access to. Can you put the controls on the video so we can speed like the regular Chris videos and Callsoo, speed them up? Yeah, I'll look into it. I've got some work going on the videos that I'm going to be updating them. I'll take a look and see what the normal form. I thought I was using the same format that Chris uses in Callsoo videos. So, I mean, you should have controls to forward through the video, if I'm not mistaken, already. But I'll double check that. What about single keywords that are brand names? I'm assuming broad is okay, or would you do brand name? Single keywords that are brand names. I guess those are okay. It just depends on the vertical. That's kind of hard to answer without knowing what you're doing, and I don't want to spill that for everybody. So I would say that kind of question probably belongs in support. Not to be an ass or anything. I just want to make sure that I give you accurate information, right, and without revealing anything on the webinar about your vertical. I want to respect everyone's privacy when it comes to the verticals. One of the affiliates I'm trying to join asks, how do you drive pay-per-call traffic? Which verticals do you specialize in? There's a whole article in a knowledge base, which I'll go over in a little while, that actually addresses most, if not all, of these questions for getting approved to an affiliate network. And I also have an interview with Ring Partner that I just did this week that I'm going to be posting up as well. So should be coming down the pipe here in a few days. But that article, the knowledge base article, is actually already live, so you should be good to go. All right, let's see here. Can you load videos at HD, please? Yes, that's one of the things I'm working on. So let's keep the questions, if you don't mind, guys and gals. Let's keep the questions focused right now on this process. I will cover all that other fun shit later. I promise. Okay, HD videos, yes. Okay, just can we let's focus on the overview here. Let's make sure we got all the questions for this specific screen that you are looking at right now. If everyone is good, go ahead and put a 1 in the box if you're good with this. And if I see a bunch of 1s, then we're gonna cruise on. Right. All right, let's crack on then. All right. 4 ads for a review. Is that enough or too many? We'll cover reviews in a little bit. All right. So review requests. Here's how we do these. So there's a specific format, right? And I'll show you where this is located. It's actually in the knowledge base. I posted a link to this inside of the Facebook group. All you have to do is type in review requests in the search box on Facebook, on the Facebook group, and you're going to find this. It's going to pop up. You're going to be like, oh, shit, there it is. Cool. So the specific format, you've got to follow it, okay? And here's why. It's because it helps move things along faster, right? And if things move along faster, that's going to be good for you because you're going to get review requests back faster, right, for following the format. And it's going to be good for us for support, right? We're going to be able to consistently provide that good support, and it's going to be systemized, right? It actually already is systemized. So for those of you who are following the specific format, which is like 90% of you, awesome. And for those of you who are not or haven't even submitted review requests, please do follow it because it's going to make things, like I said, much faster, more efficient, and your experience is going to be 10 times, 100 times better than what it would be without this document, I promise you. And the good news is the format's not complicated. It's actually just a couple of copy-paste, no joke. Copy-paste from the document, the support document, and fill in the blank. So, I mean, it doesn't get much easier than fill in the blank. So yeah, review requests. As far as like how many ads and whatnot, I mean, obviously you don't want to abuse the shit out of it because there's a lot of people that are going to be using this thing. If you've got 10 ad copies or 8 ad copies or something, submit your best 3. You know what I mean? Like, give me your best, and I'll work them out to where they're even better. I was on the phone for a short while with one of the mastermind members, and I was able to help him double his conversion rate by literally having him change one character in the ad copy. One character, one little character, one space in the ad copy, and it got him double the conversion rate. So, or click-through rate. So, not conversion rate, click-through rate. Excuse me. But still, double the click-through rate, probably double the conversion rate, or close to. So, obviously, don't want to abuse that. A few ads, 3 ads, 4 ads, that's fine. 3 or 4 ads is fine, not a problem. Having me look at 20 campaigns for like 4 affiliate offers all at once, it's going to take some time. It's going to be a little bit of a stretch. I'm not going to say no to that. Just be aware that that's you're pushing it. And I have had a couple of requests come in like that, and that's fine. I'll take care of you because that's what I do. But just be aware. Once you get a set of answers from 1 or 2 campaigns, it's pretty much going to be the same for the other 18. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's review requests. Any questions on how to submit a review request other than like where to find it? Because I'm about to show you guys where to find it. Hard to believe that would make such a difference. What would make such a difference? Are you talking about the like helping it move along faster? It makes a huge difference. Oh, a character change I made. Yeah. So yeah, we'll get to that a little bit later in Q&A, but some really good stuff going on there with the case studies too. So yeah, one space and add copy. Sometimes that's all it takes. It's no joke. You guys thought I was playing around, huh? No questions on review requests? I'm going to show you guys where to find that. So if we come over to CallZoo, oh, you guys get to see the back office. Look at you. You're all special. Everybody gets to see what I got on my plate. 13 unsolved tickets. All right. That's okay. That's just from today too, by the way. So this is the knowledge base, callzoo.zendesk.com, right? And it's under the Help Center. Everybody see that? Help Center. And you scroll down. I mean, it's buried in here actually under, I think it's under General, but if you look here, I put them under Featured, the Featured section. These are the two. This is the one for review requests. And this is the one for the application question. So the gentleman or lady that had the question for application questions, this is where you would find those answers, those frequently asked questions. For the review request, I'm going to go ahead and pop that open and show you guys what this looks like. I mean, like I said, super simple. If you're submitting multiple review requests, this is the subject line you use. Multiple review requests, insert your name, right? Don't actually put insert your name. Actually insert your name. So if your name is Adam, Adam, right? And then if you're doing one of them, then you would just select the subject for the one that you're doing. And try and group these together. So you don't have to necessarily do one ticket for each piece, if you will. Like you don't have to do one submit or ticket for keywords, one for add copy. Just do them together and do a multiple review if you can. Like if you notice, I had several tickets that were from some of the same people, and that's what they're doing. So yeah, put them all together if you can. Do I provide a template for a pay-per-call website? I do not provide a template. I provide step-by-step instructions all the way from buying your domain on how to do it, which I think is better than a template. Let's see. All right, so should be good to go, right, on the questions. Everybody see how many tabs I have open? Yay. That's all the shit that I'm doing for you guys. Except for like maybe Facebook, which you can see is blowing up. And it's always blowing up. So yeah, there's actually every tab open with the exception of Facebook, and that does have some of you guys in there, is about what we're doing. So yeah, it's kind of exciting to see that. I never looked at it like that. It's a lot of fun, though. I love working with you guys. You guys are great. You're producing results, and if you're not, you're about to. You guys are mostly going through the training. Really appreciate that. I mean, that's what I want to see, right? So if you have regular AdWords-based support questions, then you're going to want to use AdWords at the beginning of your subject, right? This helps support kind of direct it to me for now until I build out the training, right? And once the training is built out, they're going to be going through that and start to answer these under my supervision. And at some point in the distant future, we'll have seriously experienced and dedicated support for this outside of me. So it's actually going to be really cool. So just be sure if it's a regular question, a non-review request, but it's based, it's about AdWords, anything about AdWords or the AdWords training, you name it, then you want to put AdWords, okay? If it's something that you want directly answered by me, like in the future, if I'm not handling support directly, which will be the case at some point, again, and in the distant future, be sure to just direct it to me, William, right? If it's a normal review request, like don't specifically request me because you may not get me, right? But for now you will. I'm just saying in the future, right? Want to make sure you guys are aware. Please be aware that I'm going to be training these people to basically replace myself. I will not sign off on anybody in support that can work on their own with you guys until I feel confident that I could give them the keys to my back end, my back office. Know what I mean? When I feel confident I could give them, access to my accounts and not have a problem, then that's when I will sign off and take more of a management position with helping them out. Okay. So yeah, use AdWords at the beginning of the subject. If asking questions, please provide as much information as you can. Some of the questions that are coming in are not specific enough. So please, if you feel like you might not have provided all the information, go back and provide all the information. Okay. All right, and what that does is it prevents a lot of back and forth and open tickets, right? And it also gets your question answered faster and more accurately. So that obviously is going to help out a lot. Let me take a look at the questions box here. Do we need to generate a website conversion code for every keyword page we create? No. One website conversion code for one website. That's it. You just copy paste that same code on every page you create, though. So if you ended up creating 20 pages in your optimization phase, then you would copy paste that code into those 20 pages. Hopefully that answers that question. Not even there yet. I'm answering Q&A before we even get there. Do we also need to generate a code for call-only ads? I did not see training video on how to. Training video for a call-only conversion code, it's actually called a phone calls conversion. There is a training video on it. It's right after the website conversion training video. Can't miss it, okay? Cannot miss it. And it'll walk you through how to. All right, let's see. Will $300 be enough to run a campaign and get the data I need to optimize and find a local client to send the leads to? I would say that's a loaded gun. Do you think it would be enough to, like, if you, let's say you have a teenage daughter or a teenage son, 15 years old, do you think letting him drive around with your supervision for, I don't know, a couple hours, you think he'd be okay to drive to the mall by himself after that? Probably not. Could he make it? Sure. Sure, why not? I mean, I don't see why you couldn't make it. Can you make $300 work? You know, it's possible. But what are you asking me? Are you asking me for the possible? Or are you asking me for the absolute certain, like, this is what I need 100%? And I'm assuming you're going to want the 100% because who the hell wants to guess at this kind of stuff, right? So if you want a 100% answer, stick to what I teach. And what I teach is $500 to $1,000 for initial ad testing. Other people are actually, 2 people that I know of now have gone out and three people. 3 people have already gone out and gotten upfront money from clients for doing this to cover any concerns they would have about local client lead generation and the optimization phase. So there's no reason, no excuse why you should only have to start at 300. If that's all if your client is actually paying that 300 up front, I'd say find a new client because clearly they're not committed enough to getting leads long term, right? So hopefully that answers that question. I just want to make sure that everything is transparent, 100% real. You might not like that answer, but you know what? I'd much rather see you succeed with $500 to $1,000 budget than struggle and bitch and moan about the $300 problem you're having. You know what I mean? Like, I really want to help you there. So hopefully that gives you some perspective on it, right? Let's see. All right. You know what? Let me scroll over on the questions box so I can actually see who the hell I'm talking to. That might help, right? I'm just answering questions blindly. Haven't even said hello to anybody. Let me go back up here and say hello to some people. Oh my goodness. Stephen McTaggart, what's going on, my man? Good to see you. Anybody else I recognize in here? Stephen Cherry. What's going on, mate? Good to see you. Good having that Belgian beer and those fries. Those fries were really good. I know you were sick that time, but that's okay. We had fun in Barcelona, didn't we? All right, let's see. Who else we got that I know? Who else? Gorick, what's going on, my man? Good seeing you here. Awesome initial results. Loved that you took action like you did. It was great. Let's see. Anybody else? Bueller. All right. Okay, so AdWords-based support. So here's an important note. Some of you guys are going to laugh and say, "Oh shit." William and Chris's Facebook. So I'm going to go over some do's and don'ts. Okay, and this is to actually, if you guys want training updates to the training and case study videos and parts, which are all on the block right now, ready to drop. There's this coaching call and stuff. There's the updates to the HD parts of the video and all that stuff. All that stuff's like in the pipe, right? So if you want things to move along faster, then the do and do nots here that I'm about to cover are going to be very important to pay attention to. So when it comes to the Facebook, our Facebook profiles and chats are not for support questions. Okay, I know Chris has probably told you guys all this for Callzoo. The same rules apply for the Callzoo group as the AdWords Callzoo group, right? It's not for offers, right? We that's just, it's not the forum, it's not the place, right? And that's going to include, like I said, on the profiles and in Facebook chat. Okay, so if you've got something, use what? Everybody put in the chat box what you're supposed to use if you've got something for me or for Chris. Let's see it. Email support. What's the email? Everybody put in the chat box the email address, just so I know everybody's reading me. Support@Callzoo. It's on the screen. Support@Callzoo. I love it. All right, so everybody's clear on that. Good deal. So that's the deal about Facebook. So AdWords and Callzoo Facebook group. So now we're getting into the group specifics. This is the place for ideas that you have. They're for questions and input from your peers, right? They're for resources and sharing tools and tips and tricks and group buys for some of the keyword tools and software, right? I know some of you guys do that, right? And that's cool. They're for success stories, clearly, right? You guys keep posting those. I love those. They get me really fired up, and that's why I got like 30 friggin' tabs open, all working on shit for you guys. So I can push you guys up to that level of like making this thing happen, right? So you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. So here's the deal, right? This is what the groups are for. They're for ideas and for questions for your fellow AdWords group members and Callzoo members, right? They're for resources, like if like Gorick popped in and shared a local keyword template he created, actually a couple templates. By the way, Gorick, I'm going to be adding that to the training program. It's one of the training updates I haven't gotten to yet because I've been swamped. But I'll be shouting out, giving you a shout out on that. And it's a really cool tool. So I'll be doing like a little training video on it, posting it up, giving you a shout out for it. So there's a few training updates like that where people are sharing tools and tips and whatnot, and they're awesome. They're great. And so I'm going to add them to the training just so everybody has access to them in one place. And obviously give credit where it's due. And then for success stories, right? I mean, I want you guys to share with each other with the ideas and what you're doing to close clients. And, oh, look, here's an idea for a new keyword tool, or here's a keyword tool on sale. Like I saw a discount code pop up. I think that was Varun, right? I hope I said your name right, Varun. You guys are just supporting each other. That's what the groups are for. That's what I love to see. So, again, support@callzoo.com. That's going to come up a few times. I want to drive that point home. For support questions, support@Callzoo, right? Support@callzoo.com. The groups are not for asking support questions, right? So when you ask a question in a Facebook post for one of these two groups, what I would do if I were you is preface it with something like, hey, this question is for everyone in the group and not support, or make sure it is known that you are not trying to get a support answer. You're just trying to get input from the group. If it is not a group input question or something that's open to the group to ask, then it's a support question. If you have to preface your question with, I don't know if this is a support question, it's better to err on the side of caution and submit it where? support@callzoo.com, right? Don't mess around, okay? I know Chris is actually pretty strict on this. He will kick your ass out of the groups. And he might even give me power to do so, because we don't have time for that kind of thing, right? We want you to get the most benefit and value out of the group for what it's meant for. And then the same goes for support. We want you to use the support channel for support, because that's where all the support happens, right? So the groups are not for asking support questions. They're also not for tagging myself or Chris. Please, God, don't let me see another tag. I don't know what I'm going to do if I see another tag. And I know there's going to be at least 10 smart asses out there out of 11 of you that are going to tag me on something just to be funny. But please, God, don't tag me on questions. Tag me on things like your success story. Tag me on things like a resource that you want to share with the group. Tag me on the ideas. Tag me on the right, but don't expect me to just see the tag and then just come in and comment, right? Unless I say something like, please don't tag me. You guys have probably seen me post something like that. I swear, I'm not trying to be an a-hole. I just want to make sure that my time is not on Facebook, right? Because my time needs to be where? Those 30 friggin' tabs I got open, pushing stuff out for you guys, right? And that includes the content, the updates, the slides for this very coaching call and what we're going to cover. It includes the case studies that are going on. Do you guys realize I have 4 case studies going on? Once you guys see what's going on in the pipe, you're going to be like, holy shit, and he's one dude. How is he doing that? Right? So not to freak you guys out or anything, because I can handle it. I just want to make sure that we kind of limit the Facebook part of like the tagging, right? I'm sure Chris would appreciate that as well. Like, we love being tagged in the good stuff, like the ideas and the posts, the success stories and whatnot. Hell, I'll even like them, love them, comment on them. If you guys notice, I do answer some of the questions that are general. It's just, I do it, I log into Facebook once or twice a day to do that. So just be aware of that. They're also, again, not expecting answers from William. So when you tag me with a question, I've seen some people say, I don't know if this is a support question or not, but tag William Mears and then question. It's like, oh shit. Please put it in support, right, before somebody gets kicked out. Steve, I'm the terminator of content. I appreciate that. Wait till you guys, you ain't seen nothing yet. Wait till you guys see it. It's what do I mean by tagging? Okay, so there's actually an ability to tag someone in Facebook. I'll show you guys what I mean in a little while. Actually, maybe I shouldn't show you guys, because if you don't know what it is, then you're not going to be doing it. So tagging someone on Facebook is just a simple process of typing their name in. It pops up and then it notifies them when you do that. So that's why I'm saying, hey, please don't do that, because I'm getting swamped like crazy. And again, support@callzoo.com. Support@callzoo.com for support questions, right? So now that all the housekeeping's out of the way, let's talk about what's coming down the pipe. Everybody ready? I got a few of you going, don't teach them, you're going to regret it. I love it. That's funny. Oh, let's see. Everybody's ready. Okay, good. Here we go. So training updates. First, I'm going to start with the 4 case studies that are active as of today. 2 of them I'm personally running. So I've got the pest control case study, which part 2 is about ready to drop on that. I've got a mastermind, actually 2 mastermind member case studies. So there's 3, and then I'm actually running the last one, which is a local client. So you've actually got an affiliate offer case study, which is pest control, that is eventually going to transition into getting clients. You've got a local client case study that's expanding out into several cities. You've got another local client case study that's expanding out into cities, and those 2 are not me. And then you've got me going out into the local clients. So you've got a lot of case studies going here just to start. Okay. And this doesn't count, by the way, the other people that are kicking ass right now. Some of those might become case studies in the near future. So, yeah, good deal. So a lot going on with the case studies. Part 1 is about to drop on one of those other case studies as well. So there's going to be part 2 and a part 1 of a second one. So those are rolling out as I get more time, obviously. So more training updates. I've got at least, ladies and gentlemen, at least 10, last time I counted, updates that are coming that are user submissions like Gorix template, different questions that have come up in support. And so I've also tried to answer questions from support inside of the training and update the training as well. Like here's where you submit review requests, things like that, right? Just to make sure that you guys have got stuff covered. But I've got at least 10 more training updates coming. That's just what's on the books, okay? Obviously, there's always going to be more of those, but that's just what's on the books. And I just on Wednesday just did the affiliate manager interview with Taylor Reynolds from Ring Partner, and that's recorded. I've got the slides built for it, and all I got to do is go in and actually render, match up the slides with the audio, render it, upload it, put it in the membership area. So you guys will have that. That'll be dropping sometime in the next few days at the latest. I'd like to be honest, I'd like to get that going this weekend because that is a really damn good bit of information. It's like the best 30 minutes I think I've ever spent with an affiliate manager, to be honest. It was great. So there's that. And let's see. The HD upgrade to all videos is rolling out. Oh my God. Aren't you excited? I know there's several people that are excited about that. So I got a few support requests about this, and apparently Camtasia didn't like me when I was producing these. So I actually, just to show you guys how good a sport I am, like this is going to be rolling out. It's not going to happen all at once. Some of the videos are already HD at the beginning of the training course. I'll be rolling through it as I get to them. But be aware that I have to actually go into each file. Some of them I didn't save the edits, and so some of them I actually have to go and re-edit and then render them again. And rendering in HD is significantly more time-consuming than normal rendering, and then upload, of course, and the changes should take place in Vimeo. So those will be rolling out. Just be aware it is going to take some time, okay? Oh, I've got high-speed internet too, yeah. So it's still going to take some time. It's more about processing power when it comes to the rendering of a video. The uploading that's nothing. Yeah, that takes like a minute for a video, nothing. People are wanting HD because I guess they want to see like the finer points of the AdWords screens and whatnot. Honestly, you kind of don't need HD, because if you're following along in the training, the only reason you would really need HD is to like get a better look at my numbers, which I don't give two shits if you look at my numbers, right? I mean, I didn't blank them out for a reason, and I'm updating to HD obviously, so I don't care if you look at my numbers, but realistically, you shouldn't need HD. I'm just doing it because I've had a few requests for it, so I'm going to make sure that you guys, not that I cater to every need, but if it's the difference between you following along in the training and actually producing a result, then I'll make sure it gets done, right? All right, let's see. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this one. So November 17th. This is some time away, but I have a huge, actually Chris and I, it's not just me, Chris and I have a huge, it's huge, it's so huge, the H is silent, huge, it's huge, say it with me, huge, it's big, okay, you guys are going to love it. It basically, something's going to go down on the 17th, and It's thanks, Brett. Appreciate it. It's huge. It's not SMS. Sorry to burst your bubble. I know that is an exciting, that is a huge thing for sure, SMS, but that is not what's popping. I'll just say this. It's so big. Anyway, I'll tell you this. It is, everyone in here is going to benefit from it. Everyone. Okay. Whether you're watching this live or recorded, doesn't matter. Our next coaching call is going to be on the 28th, right, of October, and then, which is another Friday, same time, right? The same correct time, sorry, not the one that Chris posted, but the 3 p.m. Eastern, right, 3 p.m. Eastern. And then I think I'm going to just go ahead and schedule one for the 14th, which is like a few days before the 17th. And it's on that coaching call that I'm going to tell you guys what the huge surprise is, like what's coming your way. I'll tell you this, just so you guys can prepare. Actually, I'll tell you what, put a 1 in the box if you're going after local clients. Put a 2 in the box if you're going after affiliate. 1 if you're going after local clients, 2 if you're going after affiliate. Or 1 and 2, yeah, either. Okay, holy shit. That's like, goodness, I'd say 80%, 90% of 1s. Okay, so a few of you are 2s. Either way, you guys are going to all benefit from this, but the local client people, you guys and gals, are going to benefit the most. Okay, there's benefits to be had by everyone, but the local client people, you guys are going to be benefiting the most from what's coming on November 17th. Okay, it's going to be good. I'll talk a little bit more about it on the next coaching call, and then on the first one we do in November, a few days before the 17th, I will drop the bombshell. The bombshell. So if you're watching this recording, probably want to start getting on these calls because they're going to get good. All right, so training updates. I think we got a couple other things. Yeah, pest control case study part 2. All I got to do is I've got the data. I've got everything ready to go. It's freaking phenomenal, by the way. And then there's like some great news, and then there's like a bit of bad news, and then some more great news. So part 2 is going to be really good. Part 3 is going to be even better. I think at the end of part 3, I'll be starting to transition to local clients. Like that's how far this case study has come. So really good shit there. Let's see. Tom, will our local clients not be our SEO customers? Your SEO customers can be your local clients, absolutely. But I'm actually going to go so far as in the training, like for pest control, as an example, in the case study, I'm going to go and get local clients that I don't have any SEO with, like I don't have a previous relationship with at all or partnership. I'm just going to go and grab pest control companies and start sending leads their way, right? So that'll be in the case study. It'll be in all the case studies, actually. So Marlin's local client takeover, part 1 of that is the slides have to be made, but the calls are recorded, screenshots are ready to go. All I got to do is just put that together. So you guys can kind of see what's coming down the pipe here. You're like, holy shit, like you got a bunch of case studies going on. I've got my local clients, Blitz, that part 1. That's probably, nothing's recorded there yet. Haven't even actually started prospecting yet for the clients, but everything's set and in place for that. So that'll be rolling out at some point. And then I got a surprise a local client case study. This is the 4th case study. It's actually got a good backstory behind it. Don't want to ruin it here because it's so good. It's going to deserve it. Actually, each of these, they're going to deserve their own coaching call. Like they're all that good. So yeah, it's going to be good. Gonna be good. All right. And just so you guys are aware, a lot of you are from Barcelona, where we had a blast and got a lot of stuff done. There are still two of the 3 spots left. Even though I have 4 case studies, I'm doing 2 of them. There were only 3 spots for the Barcelona case study lottery. I just picked up an extra local client case study. So Marlin is the only lottery winner right now from Barcelona. There are still 2 spots left. So, and I'll tell you, it says lottery on there. It's basically our discretion. We're not throwing names in a hat, which kind of takes away the lottery. I say it's a lottery because it's whoever makes the biggest strides. right? And a lot of you are crushing it right now, and it's really good to see that. I just know that 2 of you are going to stand out from the rest, and I'm probably going to pick 2 of you up before the end of the year, definitely. I'm thinking probably around the 17th of November, so like next month, this time next month, I should have 2 more of you, because my pest control case study will probably be wrapping up or close to wrapped up. Marlon's local client takeover will be well on its way to being wrapped up. My local client blitz, that's going to be wrapped up, and this surprise local client case study will be close to wrapped up. So I'll have plenty of room for those 2 lottery spots, which gives you guys, even if you haven't started or just getting started, you can still in a month totally come out of the gate screaming, okay? And I'm going to take that into account. So I'm going to pick lottery style from the people who are making shit happen, right? If you're making shit happen, then I'm going to help you make more shit happen, right? That's how it goes, right? All right. All right. So training updates. So yeah, you guys can see like between all the like small stuff like HD video upgrades and the interview, the case studies that are ongoing, and actually uploading and creating and uploading the videos for that. That keeps track of that. There's support that I'm managing, and I'm actually building an entire support training program, a 10-week program. So this is something, I don't know if I wrote it down or put it in the slides or not. No, I didn't. So let me go back here before we do Q&A. Don't start loading your questions in yet, please. Just hang on. I got a couple good things. So the support training program that I'm building is actually very in-depth. It's going to be like a 10, 13-week program, something like that, once I get done with it. And I'm going to be building quizzes. So you guys are actually going to, I'm going to make sure that you guys get access to that as well, because why not, right? So this will be good for like if you have VAs and you want to start training people up on how to like manage your own accounts. Once you guys get a good handle on it, of course, I want you to go through it first. But what's a better way? Tell me a better way, and I'll do it, than what we're doing, which is putting quizzes together on the content, making sure you got all the important answers and the important stuff that you need to know, and then turning your VA onto that and like having them, or your office manager, whoever the hell you got that you want to have running these campaigns for you. How cool is that, right? It's going to be the exact same thing, that the same training that I'm going to be running support through. And obviously there's going to be a little bit of fine tuning on the support end, making sure that they can answer questions 100%, and they got to get the sign off from me anyway before they're just let loose on their own. And that's going to be a considerable amount of time in the future. Like I'm thinking 6 to 8 months, but I'm thinking a supervisory capacity probably in the next 90 days, right? So by the first of the year, roundabout, they're going to be answering your support questions, and I'm going to be right there watching, basically. So you're still going to have my input, my access, basically, always, right? You're always going to have that. But at some point, I'm going to be able to duplicate myself very well for the questions of like the general questions like what kind of website do I use, what domain, how do I set that up, oh yeah, I want to optimize this campaign, like even down to the nitty gritty. So should be a lot of fun. Just wanted to throw that at you guys, let you know that an entire support training program is being built. You guys will have access to that when it's built. There's all those training updates. Like I said, there's at least 10 of those waiting in the wings. Then there's, let's see, I already said the HD video setup, right? Am I missing anything? It's a lot of stuff, isn't it? A lot of stuff, All right. So now it's come to the time to be Q&A time. And I'm going to, before you guys start piling in here on those, let me start. There's already a few in here. Super grateful you're willing to share all this time and expertise. What motivates you to help us like this, and why are you being so generous? DM, that's a great question. I got this question in Barcelona, like, have I lost my mind? What am I doing? First off, I'm working with Chris Winters. Like, I know what and who Chris Winters attracts, and it's always been a goal of mine to work with someone like Chris. I get benefits from that. Like my productivity, I got to tell you, it's always been pretty damn good, but Chris has taken it to a whole nother level for me, right? And I'm kind of getting that as like almost like a bonus for me, right? So that's one thing I get out of it personally. I also get the benefit of having you guys. Like I said, I have training updates, like Gorix over here popping out keyword templates and cool shit. There's a lot of user suggested stuff, like Miss Jean helped me in Barcelona. Tony Grant helped me in Barcelona. I gave them both shout outs on training update video that I did not too long ago. So there's a lot of benefits where everybody starts helping each other, right? All I did was just kind of plow the way, right? And now that the way has been shown and made, you guys are going to totally take over, right? And I'm going to keep, don't get me wrong, I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep dropping stuff on you and just taking it to that next level. But I look at it this way. You guys are with Chris originally, or were with Chris originally. And so I get to work with like what I consider to be the best and brightest of really any group that I've come across in a long, long time. You guys are pretty sharp. And you guys are massive action takers. A lot of you are. Some of you are kind of hiding right now, and that's okay. You're gonna get inspired. I know it, and you're gonna come out and just come storming out of the gate. I can't wait for you to get started either. So that's what I get out of it. Plus the fact that like I get to serve I was always meant to serve in a high capacity. I know that. I'm not saying that to be arrogant. I know I was meant for great things, and by great things I don't mean money, wealth, and fame. I mean mass impact, changing how business is done, right? Changing how marketing is done. And that's what we as a group are doing. And I am more than honored and grateful myself to be a part of the group that Chris and I are leading, which is you guys, right? Like that's that's all the reason I need, right? Helping you guys take it to that next level, because at some point you guys are going to be helping people out, right? Like I am with you guys. So yeah, I that's my payment. That plus like you guys take care of us, we take care of you. You guys are going to stick around, and I want that, right? Because the more you stick around, the more good stuff happens. Oh, what happened to my questions here? Let me scroll down. Hopefully that answers that question. I'm very grateful too. Barcelona case study. What is this? There is no Barcelona case study. Barcelona was the live event, Miss Valerie, and that's where we spent 2 days chipping away at all this stuff, right? Everything that you get inside the original videos, the original training. By the way, your videos and Chris's training videos are all in Vimeo, which you can't speed up. Only the YouTube coaching call videos can be sped up. Oh, thanks, Brian. Appreciate it. Let's see. Not meant to be a silly question, but we are not hidden ourselves from Google, as they may put 2 and 2 together with SEO. No, you're not hiding. You're not hiding at all. I just want to keep them separate because I don't want to have your AdWords have any impact whatsoever. So here's something that Chris taught that back in the mastermind in Vegas I caught on to very quickly, was that the reason he didn't want you guys doing AdWord call only ads first is because it's going to cost significantly less when you use your money sites and whatnot after you're already ranking and pulling in that trust, right? And you guys know what I'm talking about when I say that. If you don't, you're probably not far enough along in the Callzoo SEO program, right? But the cool thing about what we've been able to do with the AdWords side is we actually manufacture the on-page SEO, and that's all we need in order to save money on the call-only ads, if that makes sense, right? Which, if you can save money up front on the call-only ads, naturally you can apply it now. I just don't want it affecting. Chris and I agreed from the gate, let's not mix and combine those. Let's keep them separate just for management purposes and just for safety, just to make sure that no way whatsoever anything that is taught with the AdWords side is going to affect your SEO. It's just peace of mind, right? Good question, but it's just peace of mind. Hopefully that answers that. All righty, let's see. Appreciate the questions. Good questions. Is this coaching call for everyone in the AdWords coaching group, which includes all of CallZoo, or is this only for the people who are paying the $89 a month? Carol, some people are paying more than $89 a month. But yes, it's for strictly the AdWords. This is a separate coaching call. Not all of the CallZoo members are invited to this. This is just AdWords only. So everyone that's in the AdWords CallZoo group has access to this recording as well as the live calls. Yep. So only a select few of you have access to this. And these calls are going to be dedicated, just like you get 2 CallZoo coaching calls, right? Regular CallZoos. You get 2 AdWords on top of that, 2 AdWords coaching calls a month on top of that. So really it's like 4 coaching calls for you. All right, let's see. For local clients, if my client has a service area of 300 towns and cities, would you recommend setting up keywords with the city name at the beginning of each keyword, plus city and keyword plus city plus state abbreviation for the entire service area? If I'm using 1,000 keywords, this would generate 900,000 keyword variations. What I would do, Mr. Lewis, is start with using the locations first. Okay, keep the cities and states and all that out of the keyword first. Okay, try it locations first. Once you get conversions and you've optimized and you've honed in, then go back with your data. And instead of having 900,000 keyword variations, you're only going to have a few select really hot spots that you can apply inside of the keyword, the cities and the states for your keywords, with your keywords, if that makes sense, right? And it's gonna mean that you spend a little bit more up front, but when I say a little bit more, I mean, relatively speaking, it's a drop in the bucket, not even, okay? So you might as well save yourself a crap load of time and energy so that that you don't have to do that. Does that kind of make sense? Kind of like the thing I was talking about earlier, 5,000 keywords. Okay, great. I don't want to make 5,000 pages. I want to find the winners. I want to find like the 20 that's doing something for me, and then I'll make pages for 20. And I can do that myself, right? I don't have any problem doing that. I can do that in half an hour. So hopefully that that alleviates your concern there, because that would freak me out. 900,000 keyword variations. No, thank you. Just saying. Just saying. All right, so let's see here. Oh, goodness. Questions. So if it says no branded search, ads cannot show up in search results for branded terms. That is correct. That means you cannot use any brand, Mr. Levin. Another question, English spelling between US and UK doesn't make a difference. I'm not sure what you mean. Can you clarify that? Looks like I might have lost audio on one of you, but it's good now. You're going to see some profitable niches that you probably never thought of. Yeah, Thomas, we're going back to what I was talking about earlier, some of the things that I benefit from. Absolutely, right? I mean, I want to see that kind of stuff. What about others who look at all your work you and Chris are doing and copying you? You know what? Okay, I don't know how Chris would answer this. I don't know how Chris feels about this, but I'll give you my input in just a second. I'm drinking Bulletproof right now, Bulletproof coffee. Let me get this down, and I'll give me just a second. Okay. All right. So here's how I answer this. Chris may have a different opinion because Chris is Chris and I'm me. I'm showing you everything I'm doing. My case studies, let me say this. Everyone else's case study that I'm working on, I'm going to be concealing the vertical. Just, again, out of respect to privacy and concerns about competition. Here's what I say. I know that there are going to be people that are going to come after me in a good way, in a friendly way, when it comes to pest control. And I know that Chris has said, oh, I've had people completely blow up an entire vertical after I revealed it and this and that. And I'll tell you something. You could have a few hundred people on this niche and it still would not bother me as far as like pest control. It's one of those things where there's a lot of variables. Number one, I'm transitioning to local clients. I'm not concerned about the affiliate offer. To be honest, I'm doing the affiliate offer because there are people that are interested in doing the affiliate side without ever having any clients to manage. I'm the kind of guy who wants local clients. I'm going to prefer that. And so if I'm going after local clients, I'm competing against 200 people across several hundred cities, and that's just in the U.S., by the way, with how many providers per city, right? I mean, that's a lot of room to kind of play ball in, if you will. And in an industry, here's what I want you to understand: in an industry where Home Advisor grows from 200 million to like 700 million over the course of like a couple years, that's one business, folks, like one lead provider. Okay. Do you think they're having a problem competing against all the people that are in pest control? No, they are not. And with what you guys have, guys and gals, excuse me, what you have is an advantage. You have an advantage over a lot of people out there. Trust me, I've seen a lot of programs. Hell, I'm a member of a lot of programs that are in the pay-per-lead industry or the pay-per-call industry. I've been through pay-per-call trainings. You guys have some of the best stuff to go off of to not only get clients, but to reduce your costs and make even more money than most people would make, as well as reducing your time frame now that you don't have to just stick with SEO. You can actually go in and do call-only ads and follow it up with SEO and totally take over an area. So that's why I'm not concerned, to answer that question, about competition. You would literally have to be me in order for me to be even remotely threatened. And here's the key. Like, not only would you have to be me, right, and think like me, and you'd have to do what I do. And if you haven't noticed, in case you guys haven't noticed, like, I do a lot. I'm a big action taker. I do a hell of a lot. So I'd be hard pressed to find, I welcome all challengers. I say that in a jesting way, like I'm poking fun, but I really do welcome you to challenge me, because that means you're going to grow from that. Whether I don't look at it as a win or lose either. Like, we both win from that. You see what I mean? We both win from that scenario. So yeah, hell yeah, I challenge you. I challenge you to go and apply what I've given you, whether it's in pest control or not. Don't give a damn. I want you guys to go and make money. That's what I want. I don't care where it's at, as long as it's ethical and doing what we show here, because this is plug and play. That's what I care about. Okay. So yeah, that's where the focus is at. Hopefully that's been made clear, and that's also why I'm not threatened at all. I have no concerns whatsoever. The local client case study, I'm actually going after markets outside of pest control, and I'll be sharing those as well. You guys will be like, holy shit, he's shared, actually I'm going after 3 different verticals in that case study. So you'll have access to me going after 4 verticals. So anybody that wants to directly challenge or compete with me, bring it on. Have no problem with that whatsoever. And pick one of the 4. If you want to go pest control, go pest control. All right. Let's see. Based on questions you get asked in support, can you create videos that you think will benefit everyone? Yes, Rafal, that's exactly what I'm talking about with some of those training updates that are coming down the pipe. Some of those are exactly that. They're questions. Some of the text that I've written next to some of the videos, the support article I wrote for review request submission, for the frequently asked questions based on affiliate applications, those are all from support questions, believe it or not. So yeah, I'm constantly doing that and on top of updating that, and I'll keep being on top of that, updating that, so that you guys have more answers without having to go to support. Absolutely. I mean, that's the ideal scenario, right? Where you can just go into a knowledge base, type in your question, get your answer, almost like it's Google, right? Just Google for pay-per-call questions. And then if you don't see your question, put it in support. And at some point, if it's a common occurrence, then obviously it'll be updated into the support knowledge base. Good question. All right, since I'm joining late, if I've already covered this, I just learned my AdWords account was suspended 3 years ago. Any suggestions? Dennis, open lines of communication, transparency, give Google a call and see why it was suspended and see if you can get it turned back on. That's all I got for you. As long as it wasn't suspended for, my account was suspended for a while due to like inactivity. I was running an ad, but I think I let the domain expire or some crap, and so like Google like actually suspended my account for running an ad to a site that didn't exist or something. It was nothing shady, obviously. It just so I like hit up support. They turned me back on when I was ready to use AdWords again, and I had no problem. So hopefully that helps. Been there, done that, right? Shit happens. Chrome has an extension you can download for video speed controller. Cool. Let's see. I would be finding a local client to put the money up front to start a campaign. What's the best way to approach a local client with this opportunity? First, I need to find an offer with one of the affiliate networks, then find a correlating local client. Melissa, that is not the only way, right? You can go about this however you want. If you want to go straight after local clients and you don't want to do the affiliate offer to get your initial data set, that's cool. I don't have a problem with that. The reason I say I prefer it or recommend it for you is because the data that you get from running the affiliate offer, just to give you an example, the pest control case study, if you go and watch that part 1 anyway, you will see I know exactly what cities and states to go to pick up local clients because I know where the hotbeds are for pest control leads, right? It's pretty sick like that. I only know that because I ran money to an affiliate offer that was nationwide for pest control. And it showed me where the hot areas are, if that makes sense. So now I know where to go get a local client. As far as going after local clients, if you kind of know the market already, you might be okay without that data, right? And then just start building your data from your local client. What's the best way to approach a local client with this opportunity? I would, well, there's a couple different ways. I mean, I'm actually going to demonstrate a few different ways on recording calls when I go after the local clients for the case studies. So I would say way number 1 is that you find someone who is already spending money like AdWords, pay-per-click. So a quick Google search will show you who that is in your area that you're targeting. And go to them and say, hey, listen, I know you're paying X per click. You know, how do you know that? Well, it's in the keyword planner. Like anybody with a friggin' half a brain can figure out what you're paying per click. And I kind of know what you're paying per lead at a minimum, right? Like, and the reason I know that is because your conversion rates can't be better than 10%. Like there's just no way on AdWords like that. So 10%, you're looking at an average, by the way, 10%. So for every 10 clicks, if it's $20 a click, that's $200 a lead, roughly. You know, I can cut your cost down to like $30 a lead, and I'll make sure that they're live phone calls instead of emails. How does that sound? You know, for somebody that's already running ads, that's a damn good, approach. And just have a conversation, ask questions. That's what I like to do is ask questions. Hey, I noticed you were running AdWords. Are you getting all the leads you can handle? Better yet, are you getting all the live phone calls you can handle? I happen to specialize in that, right? People that are interested in live phone calls will hit you back and say, tell me more. How are you doing this, right? There's another approach Mr. James Skura came up with, or not necessarily came up with, but implemented like right away, which was getting the client to actually pay for the optimization up front, like $500 down up front. And he said that the way he positioned it was that it was new and something that his competitors don't have access to, which is most likely true, given the fact that how unused call-only ads are right now, market-wide. In the local markets, yeah, like hardly anybody has access to that. So that was a great way to position it, right? So hopefully that answers your question. There's a few different ways to go about that. William, I'm using pay-per-call for one of our brick and mortar businesses. I understand when setting up pay-per-click through Google AdWords, or maybe you mean pay-per-call through AdWords. All links will trigger phone number to populate. I assume Skype on desktop. Is there a way to make one of the links go to a landing page? Not from call only. Not from call only ads, Philippe. That's not going to happen. Yeah, it's strictly meant to populate a dialer. So hopefully that answers that question. Do we have a way to convert zip codes to cities, states? One A affiliate says you can only target certain zips. Mr. Michael, the zips that you can target, most likely there's a link inside of the campaign page with a file that has all the zips that you can promote to. If that link is not there, go back and check, because you might have missed it. It's usually a very small hyperlink that you can download that list. If you don't see a place to download that list, give your affiliate manager a call at that particular network and ask for the list. Ask them to email you the zip code list that's approved for you to promote to those specific zip codes. That way you don't have to convert jack, right? You can just copy paste, because it should not be that difficult. What is Bulletproof Coffee? Oh crap, I lost my questions again. Hold on, let me come back. Where is it at? What is Bulletproof Coffee? Miss Valerie, Bulletproof Coffee is part of the Bulletproof diet, which I don't believe in diets. I believe in lifestyle. Bulletproof Coffee, though, just to help you out there, is actually coffee. You make coffee with grass-fed butter and MCT oil. So I do, normally I do like 4 cups of coffee. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but hey man, I got a lot of shit to do. Okay. I gotta be focused. So I need that caffeine, and I put 2 tablespoons of grass-fed butter, cause I'm a big boy. All right. I'm 6 foot tall. I need my healthy fats, right? I need something for my body to feed on. And then I've got a tablespoon of MCT oil to keep my brain going 100%, right? Cause again, I do a lot every day. So that's for a very active person, that's a pretty decent amount of Bulletproof Coffee. So I put all that together, and a lot of people blend it. I actually just put it in a thermos and shake it, kind of like James Bond, shaken, not stirred. My Bulletproof Coffee is shaken, not stirred. And I ice it. I put a little bit of ice in there. I don't completely ice it. I don't make it cold. I just get it to where it's warm enough to warm enough to drink, right? So it's still a little hot, but it's not going to burn my mouth and whatnot, because I don't like coffee very much. And Bulletproof Coffee I love. I just can't stand regular coffee. So I do what I can to get it down. And basically it helps you function at a higher level. It also helps teach your body when you're doing 18-hour intermittent fasting, or 16 to 18 hour. I do 18 hour. I'm due for a meal after this webinar, actually. But basically I eat 1.5, sometimes 2 meals a day within a 6-hour window. That's it. And so when I wake up in the morning, I've already been fasting probably 12 hours. This right here, the Bulletproof Coffee, helps me maintain energy levels and focus and clarity on what I need to get done, and also teaches my body to burn fat, right? Ketogenesis, right? It helps me burn fat. And so by helping me burn fat, I actually get into shape, work out a few times a week, do high intensity, and you'll turn into a stud like Chris or a studette. So yeah, that's what Bulletproof Coffee is all about. That's why I drink it. Oh, snap. A lot more questions coming in. Let's see here. Goodness. Let me scroll back up. Where's that? I lost my place, people. I lost my place. Oh, there we go. Okay. We spell same words different from you. Example, night, we would say night. Night to us as English is what's best to you. So spelling from US and UK, yeah, I would use US spellings then if you're targeting the US. If you're targeting the UK, then, spell with the UK spelling. Right? All right. How many days should we run ads to collect enough data? Varun, I would say Run it until you feel comfortable that you can make decisions based on your data. So that is something I covered at Barcelona as well as the regular training. You want to make sure that you run enough data that you feel comfortable in making the decision. So when you're looking at your data and you learn how to read the data based on the training I give you in the optimization and scaling section of the training, which it should be 10.6, module 10.6, that's where I teach you to read the data and make your own decisions. Oh, look, I've got a shit ton of conversions on Monday compared to every other day of the week. Guess what? I'm going to increase my bid adjustments based on that, right? Once you feel like you have enough data to read and make a decision, if you have questions about that, submit a review request. I'll go in there and I'll help you optimize, right? That's part of the service. It's part of the support. If you didn't know that, now you do, and that'll probably take a lot off your mind, right? The important thing here is to get going, right? Get some data in, then hit us up in support and say, hey, do I have enough data? Because the only way you're going to get any better at this is to actually do it, right? You can watch all the training videos you want, but at some point you got to start doing it, and that's going to give you the field experience that you're going to need to kind of feel it out, right? Hopefully that answers that question for you. All right, how can we target ads for over 5K keywords to improve click-to-call ratios? Not sure I understand the question. I'm going to try to answer it as best I can, Dan. How can we target ads for over 5,000 keywords to improve? So what I do, Dan, is I run a generic ad. I do the same ad for all 5,000 keywords. And it's for pest control. You can watch the pest control case study part 1 and see exactly the ad copy I use, and also that I'm using it for every keyword I've got, which I think was like 11,000 or something like that for pest control. And so when you look at that, you say, okay, you're getting conversions from a set number of keywords. Then I go and I customize an ad for each keyword, and I custom build a page for each keyword, right? I start optimizing. I start the optimization process. So how do I do it? I use the AdWords editor and I upload the same friggin' ad for all the keywords. That's what I do. Oh shoot, I'm losing some questions here. Hopefully that does answer that question, Dan. I think it does. My conversion rate sending traffic to a website is 30%. That's good. That's good. Oh, if you're talking about from AdWords, okay, great. Well, if you're converting that well from AdWords, then base your numbers off of 30%, right? And also ask yourself, the clients that you're going after, can they generate 30% click-through rates, right? Can they generate 30% click-through rates? If they can't, what's your best guess that they can generate? My best guess, educated guess too, by the way, is no more than 10%. I've never seen a client that was running AdWords actively get over 10%. And anybody that is over 10%, it's still, I mean, do the math at 30%, even a third, call it a third, right? We'll go 33 and a third percent, right? So if you run a third, 1 in 3, and your clicks are like $20 a click, that's $60 for a conversion on a website for pest control, because pest control is $20, right? In any given area, it's an average of like $20 a click, pay per click, excuse me. So $60 for a conversion, and it's not even a guaranteed call, by the way. A conversion could be an email opt-in or some shit, something I don't want, right? I want a live call, and if I can pay $20 for that, that's a third of what they're paying for a possible call, but most likely email conversion. See the difference? Live call guaranteed for a third of the price, or no guarantee of what type of lead, and pay 3 times as much, right? Take your pick. As a local client, that still sounds pretty freaking awesome. I don't care who you are, right? I don't care if you got 30% conversion rates. Do your clients have it? And if they don't, base your math off of that. And even if you did base it off of your math, it's still a freaking steal. All right, let's see. How to get clients, Max. This is not a how to get clients course. This is an AdWords course. I will say this, though. I'm going to be going and giving you guys access to, in the case studies, recordings of how I go and get clients. So there will be that. I really, outside of that, I mean, if you don't know how to get clients, go find somebody that does, right? If you're not comfortable getting on the phone, find somebody that is. If you're not comfortable doing sales or don't know how to do sales necessarily, which I would find kind of hard to believe because this stuff sells itself for the most part, then find somebody who is good at that, right? And between that and what you're going to get from me in the case studies, you should have more than enough to get some good direction and ideas on how to proceed with getting clients. But yeah, ultimately, that's just kind of like a bonus. This is actually not a client getting course. It wasn't designed with that in mind, but I am folding that in because I knew people would be asking about that and want to know how I do that. All right, I've downloaded a list of zip codes and it's huge, but AdWords does not take zip codes for targeting that I have found. Really? Because I don't remember having a problem loading zip codes. You probably want to do the advanced search button, Michael, right? Don't try to enter them in one at a time. Go to the advanced search and then hit the bulk locations, and you should be able to load up to 1,000 at a time. And I think the limit for each campaign in terms of zip codes is 10,000. So you might actually have to have 2 campaigns exactly the same if you have over 10,000 zip codes to target, because 10,000 zip codes is like or 10,000 locations actually, which would be zip codes for you, is the limit per campaign, I believe. So hopefully that helps you. All right. Let's see. Oh, Rafal, coconut oil is a form of MCT. So like medium chain triglycerides, that's what MCT stands for. Back to the Bulletproof Coffee there. Coconut oil is not as refined as MCT oil. So let's say it this way. Coconut oil has MCTs in it. But there's MCT oil out there that is more refined, has more of it in it. So it's kind of packs more of a punch. So hopefully that helps. Let's see. I'm not trying to rock the boat, just curious. Facebook ads are not preferred because the traffic doesn't convert well. Mackie, actually, this is a good question. I love Facebook ads. Are you kidding? I love YouTube ads, YouTube video ads. I love YouTube display. I love YouTube regular search, or excuse me, Google regular search and Google display. I love the Facebook local reach for calls, right? There's a lot of different things I love for generating calls. I decided with Chris, we made the decision to focus strictly on call only for now. I don't want to overload you with all the other stuff that, by the way, we are going to be dropping training on as the time goes on. It's not going to be for the foreseeable future, like probably next year sometime, which means this is all you have to focus on. Make this win for you first. Then I'll teach you the other ninja shit, okay? Like this is ninja enough, okay, for where you're at, what you got going on. Put your focus into this 100%, and I promise you the other stuff like Facebook local reach and how to use YouTube ads and how to use Google display and how to use Google regular search, I'll show you guys all that. Okay. In fact, Chris and I are thinking over the next 2 to 3 years, we're going to be rolling stuff out. Okay. So that ought to give you guys an idea of what's to come. Like this is not some kind of flash in the pan or some cheap ass product or something like that. Hopefully you got that understanding. Those of you in Barcelona, I know you did. Probably got too much, a little bit of overwhelm, but that's okay. Right. Because I wanted to show you guys, hey, this is a whole thing, right? It's not just like a little overnight and then one and done. Thank you, right? So, yeah, we will be covering those different traffic sources, no doubt. All right. So we got more questions. Dan, yeah, questions are great in ad copy. Love questions. I think in my pest control ad the question is your home infested? Which is probably why I get really awesome quality calls, is because everybody that practically calls they feel like their house is overrun, with roaches or with termites or whatever. So yeah, it's a good idea to go with a question, especially an urgent one. All right, let's see. Looking for questions. Do you have to be in the U.S. To use AdWords for U.S. currency? I believe so, Ms. Stone. I believe so. If you're in the UK, you probably are going to have to pay pound sterling. I don't know if you'll get a choice of currency. I don't think so. I think they base it off of like they establish your time zone based on where you create the account, and they also establish the currency, I think, based on where you create the account. All right, dynamic keyword insertion, is that what you mean, Dan? If so, dynamic keyword insertion is a great way to do a shit ton of ads for a shit ton of keywords and get them all going in the AdWords editor. Absolutely. Let's see. Melissa, you know what? I haven't investigated that far enough to know, to be honest. All I know is that by following fasting, intermittent fasting with Bulletproof Coffee, even though there's calories in it that are over 50 calories, technically it's not fasting, but what I'm doing is I'm teaching my body to burn fat. That much I do know. So whether or not the fasting is 100% intermittent fasting, it's fasting enough. And I also do 24-hour fasts where I don't drink any Bulletproof Coffee. I like to change it up, right? I've got a couple of mentors that taught me to do that every now and again. Plus, when you do your workouts like an hour 17 right before you eat your first meal, that's when everything's like at its highest, right, for your body to actually burn, right? So picture running after your food, right? That's what we used to do basically, and then we would feast, right? So yeah, as far as like those terms, I honestly have not looked into that. I just follow what my mentors have given me because I trust them. Almost sounds like blind trust, doesn't it? But when you see the results that they're getting, guys like Chris and Tyson Lee, if they told me I needed to jump off a bridge to take a before and after picture like theirs in the next few months, I would jump off a bridge. I'm pretty sure of it. Just saying. If that makes me a little dumber, then at least I'll look really good when I go off the bridge. That was a joke. All right, let's see. Steven, so we start our CPC low as we go through the data gathering process. Do we increase that bit by bit or just leave the campaign running at the lower level for 2 or 3 weeks? Great webinar, by the way. Thanks. Appreciate that. Good question. So I teach you to start the bids lower and increase slowly over those 2 to 3 weeks, right? So it's basically, oh, look, I'm getting 100 impressions a day. Let me bump the bid up from $1.50 to $2 and see what happens. Oh, look, I got a couple conversions. Okay, let me bump from $2 to $2.50. Oh, look, I'm getting even more conversions. And then bump to 3, or $2.50 to 3, and then 3 to $3.50. And then at some point you're going to see it kind of level off and be like, okay, so the spend or the CPCs are right around the $3.50 to $4 range. That's pretty good to get me enough data over the next like 7 days, 9 days, something like that. You can kind of calculate it out based on the budget of what you're spending from the day before, right? So if you spent $50 the day before and your goal is just to get to 1,000, that's going to take you about 20 days. Does that make sense? Or how many ever days is left to hit the 1,000 mark, just as an example. So if you're running a couple campaigns, you have to do the math for each campaign and plot it out and say, okay, this is when my cutoff is, or at least not cutoff, but this is when I'm going to go and look and see if I have enough data, right? I'm going to see if $1,000 is enough data, because some of you are picking verticals that are a little bit outside of the payouts like that I recommend, which is fine, right? You want to pick something that's outside of that or a little bit higher price. Just be aware you're going to spend a little bit more to get that data, right? Good question. Thank you, Stephen. Appreciate that. Increase it bit by bit. All right. I appreciate all the compliments. I'm grateful for that. I'm glad to be here, guys. Glad to be here for you and with you. Right? For you and with you. All right, let's see. Oh, look, Steven says he's in the UK, which I do know, and he says he's got his campaigns in US dollars and UK pounds. You select it when you set up the Google account in your client center. That's what Steven says. Good on you, Steven. Thank you for posting that. I appreciate that. See, I didn't have the answer to that. I'm not English, right? No forgiveness necessary, right? For not being English. Goodness, you guys wouldn't want me anyway, right? I'm too American. Actually, I'm not. I tease about that, but I love English culture. Believe it or not, a lot of you might think I'm crazy, but all right. Let's see. Just signed up a client while listening to this. Boom! I love it. Hey, Eric, if you don't mind sharing, tell us what you did. Tell us a little bit more about that. That's awesome, dude. Congrats, by the way. Freaking signing up clients on a Q&A webinar or a coaching call webinar with Q&A. That's great. I love it. Amanda, oh, I've seen you post too, Amanda. It's good to see you on here. I know you're busy locking down some money, locking down some clients. All right. Boom, boom. Somebody else, Brian Peterson chiming in with another solution there for the Google accounts. Good deal. Someone says I would look before you jump, maybe a train coming. Yeah, you know. Yeah, you know. All right. Yeah. Someone else says dumb, rich with a six-pack, things could be worse. I know, right? Hey, I don't mind being dumb about a lot of things, right? I just want to be really, really good at just a few. All right. Any questions? Any other questions on processes, things you guys are currently going through right now with client getting to? I know it's not a client getting course, but you know me. I'll field questions all day long. Matter of fact, we've been going an hour and a half. I'm going to drink a little bit of bulletproof here and let the questions kind of come in. This would be a great time if you don't have questions to go get a drink, take a bathroom break, come back. You probably won't miss anything, and if you do, it's recorded anyway. So questions from client getting to campaigns you're setting up to keyword discovery to offer selection to, you guys probably aren't at the optimization scaling stage yet, but that's okay. The next coaching call, some of you will be. Isn't that great? You guys are taking great action. I love it. Hey, DM, we'll see you later, bud. I see a couple of you leaving. That's cool. No worries. Let's see. Do I have a preference for pay-per-call affiliates? I'm assuming you mean, Philippe, preference for networks. There are a few that I do like over the rest. There are a few that have good offers like consistently, and so I'll give you those. I like Ring Partner. That should be pretty clear. I like Astoria. They're great. They got a lot of good offers, and they're very consistent on that, and they got good service, good support. The other ones that have okay offers from time to time that are just bigger, think more corporate, like they're just bigger, like kind of like the Walmart, if you will. Like you've got Commission Junction or CJ.com, Share a Sale, right? So you got those that are a little bit bigger. Any tips for Ring Partner? They told me to buzz off. They probably didn't tell you to buzz off. That doesn't sound like Ring Partner. They probably wanted you to have more experience, and so there's a document in the knowledge base that I showed earlier in the webinar where you can go to and look at the questions that they ask. And there's also some training in the Barcelona videos where at the very beginning, I think it's the very first video where I cover if you're in Callzoo SEO, this is what you do, which is you drive, the line is you drive pay-per-call leads to local clients using SEO, and you're just building an additional income stream using paid traffic to affiliate pay-per-call. That's what you do. And if that is what you do, then tell them that, right? If you have any affiliate experience whatsoever, even outside of pay-per-call, be sure they know about it. Those are things that are going to help you get in. What's my experience with Empire Today offers? My experience with them is okay. I would say you got to get creative with the keywords. A lot of people run those, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Basically, a lot of really unoriginal bastards run those things. So if you come up with a couple of creative keyword ideas, some of that's going to come from spending money on the data and then looking at your search queries and finding those awesome keyword ideas that make you the money, right? So yeah, hopefully that helps. I have been thinking about a sort of reverse strategy for those who focus on closing a local client. Why not focus on a niche in an area and then test a bunch of keywords in that particular area? Once you've found the winners, you can move forward to other areas. It's a way of scaling on a smaller budget. Brian, that's actually what I teach in that Marlin's local client takeover. That's exactly what we're doing. We're running a bunch of keywords in one specific local area to one specific local client. And it's running so well that we're probably going to have to get him another local client in that same area because we're just producing more volume than that one client can handle. Problems, right? Good problems to have, though. And then we'll actually take that, we'll copy paste and scale into another city. And yeah, there's some more stuff in the pipe coming your way over the next couple of months about how to do that process. Like, you're going to have documentation of that process and how to do it easily, we'll say. So the idea is for you to be able to scale into 5 cities in a week, that kind of scalability. And that's if you're a one-man shop. So if you got some peeps on staff, then you're probably going to be able to do 10, 15, 20, depending on how many people you have on staff. All right, let's see. Good point, though, by the way. I see you're thinking ahead. That's good. Tips on setting up the site to show the networks that you're for real. Philippe, I have a site and I use it, but I actually didn't use it for a lot of my first applications. So I used my LinkedIn profile because it kind of shows what I do. So you can optimize your LinkedIn profile and send them that direct link. They like seeing that mainly it's about seeing that you're a real dude and that your profile picture is on like Facebook. Oh, and it's the same one that's on LinkedIn. This is the same guy. He's a real guy. This is what he does. Oh, look, he called this on the phone. You've got to be proactive, right? You got to be very proactive. You're welcome. That's what I'm here for, direct input. That's what these coaching calls are all about. Let me I'm going to pull the questions over here, kind of open this up. Open for questions, open for business. Philippe, have a good one. I'm sure it's late over where you're at, right? So get some good rest and tackle it tomorrow. Good having you on. Appreciate it. Anybody else? Any other questions? Because I'll be wrapping this up here. I don't think we want to hit 2 hours, but we're about 20 minutes out from that. Liftar, what's going on, my man? Hey, by the way, got your support question on the HD videos. That's in process if you joined a little bit late, just so you know, and you can watch a recording of this. But we will be doing HD upgrades over the next coming weeks, okay? Just so you know. Do people know they can't get this anywhere for less than $1,000? That's a good question. Do people know? I'll ask. Let me ask. I don't know if they know or not. So put a 1 in the chat box if you know that you can't get access to this kind of stuff anywhere for less than thousands of dollars. Liftar wants to know, and you know what? So do I. Put a 1 in the box if you know you can't get this anywhere else for less than thousands of dollars. Yup. I was thinking the same thing. Well, Liftar, there's your answer. Lots of 1s. That's the deal. All right. Let's see. What's the next one here? I already have a contractor buying organic leads. He would like more from 3 local cities. So I want to get going with pay-per-call. And my testing, should I start with just one of those cities and then expand? Please don't disclose. Yep, no problem. I'll keep that quiet. And that's Will. And no, I did not make that name up. I would say for one client and 3 local cities for a vertical, any vertical, doesn't matter what vertical, I would say starting in one city would make the most sense. And the reason being is because you're going to have plenty to target. And once you have that one city dialed in, you'll actually be able to do the copy paste over into the other 2, which will save you a lot of time and BS. Like, you don't want to have to do thousands and thousands of keywords for all 3 cities at the same time, right? I mean, that would suck. So do it once, get it really zoned in, right? Zeroed in, and then spread it, copy paste, spread it to cities 2 and 3. Hopefully that answers your question. Appreciate you asking too, by the way. All right. Going to watch the training now. Thanks for being an awesome coach. You're more than welcome, JV. Have fun watching the training. A lot of short training videos, but very to the point. So you should be able to bust through those pretty quick. Hey, William, my campaign was around 90 pounds for 15 calls, 6 of these around a minute, but not reaching conversion. I think it's the IVR. Would you kill the affiliate with Ring Partner at this point and hunt clients? I think clients would be happy with 30-plus second calls. Gareth, hey, by the way, it's good to see you, bud. 90 pounds, 15 calls. What's the math on that? That's like $6 basically, 6 pounds. Excuse me. I know you guys work in the pound sterling there, so 6 pounds a call, which is actually not bad starting out, by the way. Not bad. The reason might be the IVR. Yeah, I would do a test call, and then I would actually call Ring Partner and say, hey, I've got call recordings. Here they are, attached in an email. They're falling off at this point in the IVR because of why? Is it 2 IVRs they're hitting? Is it just taking them too long? Is the IVR not recognizing them pressing buttons? Like, what's going on, right? That should help. But if you're transitioning to local clients anyway, yeah, I mean, to be honest, you could go straight to local clients. You don't have to do the affiliate side. The affiliate side is to get the data, right? You want the data so you can make more informed decisions. Good question too, by the way. And 30-second calls. Chris and I both agree on this, so I'll speak up on this one. You don't necessarily have to go that model. I mean, a call is a call. Whether it's 30 seconds, whether it's 2, whether it's missed, it's a call, and you charge for it, right? So keep that in mind. You don't necessarily have to do 30 seconds or 60 seconds when working with local clients. Would it be worth ripping competitors' keywords to start with? Yeah, absolutely, and then continue to optimize. Yes. Absolutely. That is one strategy, one of several that I teach. There's the local strategy, which is in 10.7, under the advanced section there, 10.7. Then there's the competitor keywords. There's the keyword ideas from search terms, which is found in the optimization section, 10.6. Right? There's a lot of different strategies you could implement. Payout is 12 per conversion. Not sure to persist. The IVR has option number 1 and turning off when asking for the postcode. Yeah, Gareth, I would say it starts at $12 per conversion. So as you get several conversions, you can get pay bumps too. So I would talk to your affiliate manager, hey, can we fix the IVR? And oh yeah, let's talk about some pay bumps because I'm getting some conversions. Make sure your call recordings are high quality calls coming in though. You want to make sure some of those turn to actual sales, right? Before you go and ask for a pay bump. They want to make sure your calls are higher quality. So you can get more than $12 a call, guaranteed. If that's your starting point, shit, man, my starting point with pest control was $7. I'm at 10 currently, and I'm about to bump up to 12. So yeah, hopefully that answers your questions there. Let's see. Are there group buys for some of the tools in the AdWords Facebook group? I believe so, Melissa. Somebody, I was just talking to Miss Jean about that. Like the there's a couple people in there putting those together or running those. What I would do is just make a post in there, a group post, and ask, hey, to everyone in the group, right? Not a support question, right? We kind of went over that at the beginning. How do or who is running or who is interested in running group buys for some of the tools, right? That should help. That should help out a lot. And yeah, all right. Now that all the, let's see. Oh, we got one more question. Then I want to show you guys something. For local client currently paying click rate for call only campaign, is it just due to competition? Not sure what you mean by that question. Can you be more specific, Rick? Can you be more specific? So for local client currently paying click rate for call only campaign, is it just due to competition? Oh, are they if they're paying what they're paying for, if it's $12 a click and your calls are around $12, keep in mind, $12 a click, how many clicks do they have to generate a call? See what I mean? Guarantee it's not 100%. Hell, somebody else said 30% was the best they've ever seen and can do personally, and that's because they're a stud. That was that Michael that said that, right? So Michael was saying, hey, I can get 30%, and that's in his vertical, which I'm not going to reveal. He probably doesn't care, but I'm not going to reveal it anyway. So his vertical, he's pulling 30%, which means he has to have 3 clicks. So 3 clicks at 12 is 36 versus $36 versus the 12 you're already getting out of the gate. So that means you're 3 times as effective. There's a margin built in there for you, by the way, out of the gate. And that's if you're doing what studs like Michael are doing at 30% from pay-per-click. Just saying. Okay. All right. Glad I was able to kind of read that question. See what I mean? When you ask a question, make sure you give me very specific information. Give me everything you can so that I can read it and get you an accurate answer. All right. Now that you've been on for almost 2 hours, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek on something. Don't tell anybody. I'm going to show you guys what's going on for the day. So you can see for the day for pest control, we're at like 42%. If you guys remember the numbers from Barcelona, I think I was at like 15%. And I actually showed you guys live screenshots of that in the case study 1 videos, part 1 videos of the pest control. And you can see here I'm at 42%. Not too shabby. And just to show you, should be, actually I might even have, I'm going to hit the refresh, I might even have more calls. Let me check on that real quick. All right, so overview. Yep, I got another one in. Sweet. I'm down to 38%. Boo-hoo. All right. Boo-hoo. Anyway, wanted to share that with you guys. Let's see. You can see where I'm uploading videos to the site. Coaching call slides. Pest control part 2. Marlon's local client takeover case study. I've got the training outline for support, and I've got, which I haven't started yet, the quizzes. I'll be doing those. All right. There's my dashboards, my Callzoo dashboard, which I haven't updated yet. And I'm showing you guys it. I'm showing everything. The full Monty. Yep. Looking good. Look at that. Lower volume, but look at this. Because I haven't optimized yet again, but look at this, 16 calls, 8 leads, right? Versus over here, it was like 73 and 16, which I was thinking, that's not too bad. 28 and 9, that's like 25%. Look at that. That's sexy. I scale that up 2 or 3 times. I'm going to be doing some fun stuff, right? You guys are probably like, oh, holy shit. He's showing everything. There's my tickets. I got those to do. I'll probably get to those tonight. I try my best to check in with support. I do check in with support at least once a day. It's always in the morning. And I do my best to get around to it at night as well for responses, because sometimes there is a little bit of back and forth. Anyway, that's all I got. Unless you guys have more questions, I'm not seeing anything come in. Unless I broke the webinar thing. I'm in Central Time Zone, Central Standard. You're welcome, Tom. Any other questions? Oh, you're welcome, Steve. Quick question about domain name for Will. You got it. You're welcome, Peter. Appreciate you guys. 405 say what? 405 what? Oh, 40%. Yeah. Oh, yesterday it was like 50 something. Just saying. Like my phone through rate was through the roof too. You guys, I'll be showing that obviously as part of the case study. So just wanted to tease you a little bit, right? Give you guys something to look forward to. I can't be giving everything away all at once, right? I don't want your head to explode. Plus, you guys are doing so great with actually taking action. So I think the pace, it's aggressive, right? But it's not overload, I think. I think once you get through some of the training videos and you start implementing some of this stuff and get your review requests in, get your campaigns live, and you see other people doing that and producing results, I think we're moving at a very solid pace. It's a little bit aggressive, but I think it's going to be well worth its weight in gold when you start pulling in the calls, right? As you can see, some of the questions that are coming in, people are pulling calls in. So, hey, have a good night, Melissa. Appreciate you coming out. Domain name question. Is it okay to use a variation of my client's business name in the URL for continuity? He won't mind if I do. I don't like that, even if he's okay with it, because one day he could just wake up and say, nope, I'm not okay with it, and I'm taking it. And guess what? He can get it. He can take it from you. So I wouldn't recommend that, and there would be no need for it. What I would do is just put your finger on the switch, meaning don't run in their AdWords account, run in yours, right? Have your finger on the switch. Don't run in a domain that's theirs or even has their name in it, even if you do own it. Run in yours and run in something that's not got their name on it, right? Worst case, best case, what I could say to you is put their name in a subdomain of a domain that you own. And as long as the root domain, suchandsuch.com, companyname.com, or as long as it's not companyname.com or somethingcompanyname.com, you'll be okay. So if it's, for example, pest control niche, let's use that as an example. Let's say my client was Terminix, and I wanted to have their name in the domain. I could do terminix.pestcontrolservice.com, right? But I wouldn't want to do terminixpestcontrolservice.com. See what I mean? See, if I make a subdomain with Terminix, the only thing they can do is register a complaint. I can take down the subdomain, and they can't say shit about my domain because my domain does not have their name in it, just the subdomain, and that can be taken down. That way, I have my finger on the switch, the kill switch, at all times. A lot of people say, well, how come you don't do client agreements? That's why. I own everything. I say when the leads come in, ultimately, right? I'm not being an asshole about it. Hey, the point is, I have my finger on the switch so that if someone decides to be an asshole to me and not pay me, that's when the switch goes, right? I'm not dependent on, they own the name, or, I got screwed, right? Don't put yourself in a position to be taken advantage of, right? And that's with people you trust. Hell, that's with family even, right? I learned that lesson a long time ago. Off the subject, what coffee am I using for Bulletproof? I'm using organic coffee. Bulletproof makes their own coffee, but it's pretty rank. I'm not a big fan of their coffee, even though it's low mold and all that stuff. They say as long as it's organic, you're doing pretty good, right? So organic coffee, ground coffee. Yep, happy to help, Will. Happy to help. Bum, bum, bum. Any other questions? we're approaching the 2-hour mark, and I think I'm going to cut it short there. Just want to make sure last call for questions, and then we're going to bounce out of here. Go get some shit done. Liftar, I appreciate you, man. And look forward to those HD videos rolling out over the coming weeks. Looking forward to your review comments. Yes, Miss Valerie, I will get to support. Probably not right away. I've got some things I've got in the pipeline that need to drop for you guys, for everybody, and then I'll be on to that. You're welcome, everybody. Appreciate the thanks. You're more than welcome. Don't see any questions. Okay, so we're going to call it. And if you have questions, obviously, you are now fully prepared and know what to do. If it's a support question or a question for me or for Chris, it goes where? support@callzoo.com. That's right. Good answer. If it's something for the group, if it's an idea, if it's a success story, if it's a tip or resource or tool you want to share, or group buys you want to start for some of the tools, then obviously the groups are going to be an excellent place for you to put that in. So yeah, hopefully, I think we got a lot covered and done today. A lot of good questions answered in the Q&A, and I'll be around. I'll be dropping a bunch of stuff on you, so get ready and get moving. Get moving. If you haven't got moving yet on getting your campaigns up and going, get moving on that. Get moving on that. All right. Rick, can I post a merge formula for Google Docs? You mean like post a text version of it on the training in the modules? Yeah, I can do that. That's no problem. I can do that for you. Let me write that down. I'll get that done for you. Okay, cool. All right, everybody. Oh, you want me to post it here? I'll tell you what, I'll post it in the training. I'll post it in the training. I'll go back and post it in the training for you. And I'll put it with, oh, shoot. I'll find the video that it corresponds with, and I'll make sure, like, when I'll post an update in the Facebook group on the training update that I made for that, and I'll make sure that I list exactly which video it's under. So you should be able to see it in the Facebook group when I make that post. That'll make it easier, and that way everybody will have access to it instead of just the webinar chat. You're welcome. All right, ladies and gents, I am out. Love you guys too. Man, I really appreciate the love. You guys are so great. I really look forward to seeing your results and also get your input for the review request so we can get you moving, which ultimately leads to your results, right? I'm very excited about that, and I'm so glad a lot of you are already pushing. And for those of you who aren't, get busy, because there's some really good stuff that's going to be coming your way where you're going to want to be already kind of knee-deep, if you will. So that said, I will catch you guys on the next coaching call, which is October 28th. That is 2 weeks from today at the same time, which would be 3 p.m. Eastern, and that's 12 noon Pacific, and I think that makes it like 8 p.m. in London, if you will. So hopefully that helps, and I will catch you guys on that next call. Have a good one.